it just shows that you are a real person, and I appreciate it so much because there are days that I sit there and I cry, and I'm like, dude, I cry almost daily, and
Mm-hmm.
this mother thing is hard, and life is hard, even if you're not a mom, living is hard. It's hard work. Every day is a new struggle, but showing it as a live video is it's inspiring at least one person. So even if you're scared, the fact that you got on there is inspiring one person by
No, you're
itself.
so right. And you actually inspired me yesterday to do it. So that's why I think it's important that everyone always listens to what we say and takes it. Because I took what you said on your personal call the other night that I jumped on, and you were like, live videos is changing it for me. And I was like, you know what? I do them privately and I do them here, but I want to like do it on my actual Facebook because there are tons of people who wanted to ask me about the refresh that wouldn't step up and ask me. But when they saw my live video, they all messaged me last night and were like, okay, I really wanted to know about this, but now that you talked to me and you didn't write it in like a picture, like I really understand it, so I want to know more. So
Right, explaining everybody on my team, I recommended that they do a video on what is a challenge group, and so many people are adding people to their challenge groups now because people are just scared to ask. They're just
yeah,
scared to ask, and you have to give them the answers without them asking. And so
exactly.
finally they know now by watching the video, and now they're more comfortable. So.
Jeff, are you ready? Okay, go for it.
I am totally ready now. Sorry, guys.
And I totally introduced you already, so I'm not going to do all that again and waste your time. Go for it.
It's all
Say what
good.
you want to say. Yell at us. Tell us things. Whatever you want to do.
Yell? I won't. How can I yell at this good-looking crew right here? I love it. I got to give you guys some props. First of all, sorry for being a little late. That's apparently my MO, so sorry about that. But I appreciate you guys taking time out on a Thursday before the holiday weekend to be on the team call, and I'm really excited to be on this team call. I've heard a lot of great things about this team, obviously from Angela, yeah, but from other coaches and frankly just through the grapevine. You guys are doing some big things, some great things, and helping people get healthy, change their lives, and really just create some healthy habits, both financially, health-wise, and through a pretty awesome support group and social network you guys created with this team. So it's I'm excited to be on the call. And what makes me really enjoy these calls, guys, that we can do it from wherever we are. I mean, it looks like some people are in the car. Way to go, Elaine McHugh. Proud of you. Darby's on the call, which Darby, huge shout out. I know you get to work with some of our corporate staff in the West region, right? Brittany's your girl. So Brittany's right by me right now. I'll give her a shout out for you. Some of you have your kids on the lap. Some of you are, it looks like someone's at work. I won't say that too loud, Trish. Okay. But the cool part is that you're committed to helping people get successful. And the way that you do that is that you start with yourself. Okay. And you're taking time to, whether it's through personal development, whether it's through doing a workout and improving yourself in that sense. But before you can really go out and help others and change their lives, you have to start with yourself. Okay. And that's something I heard at our new leader conference last January in LA. They had a coach panel with Bonnie Engel, Melanie Mitchell, and Marissa Myers, and they were up there, and there was a Q&A going on, and someone asked, like, what do you do every day? Like, how do you be successful, and how do you empower your team every day? And everyone's expecting like this grandiose answer. And I think, Darby, you may have been there at NLC for this, okay? And if someone else was, I've not seen on the call, Darby kind of stands out because my shirt matches her hair. I planned it. Okay, here's skinny. Here's what Myers said in response. She says, before I try to empower my team and lead others and impact people in that sense, I work from the inside out. I thought it was pretty powerful. She left it at that. But then she decided to expound a little bit. She's like, I work from the inside out. She says, before I can expect someone to commit to a program in full, I got to do it myself. If I'm going to encourage my team to put out 10 invites a day, you better believe that I'm doing it myself. If I am saying we need to hit Success Club 10 by the 15th, you better believe I'm doing it myself. And I think that's what's helped her be successful, is because she works from the inside out. So as you guys are looking, I know Angela said, hey, our team wants to talk about consistency and recruiting and SC and all this good stuff. The key to all of it, in my opinion, is work from the inside out. Work on yourself, and as a result, you're going to be able to more effectively and with a greater impact help others around you. Just some thoughts. So, and Darby, the hair is on point. I know I already called it out, but she's like, you're an idiot. Quit calling me out on that. Okay. So Angela, I don't know if you want me just to kind of hit those two topics, consistency, recruiting real quick.
Yeah, I mean, whatever
Okay.
I like where you were just
Perfect.
going from anyway. That's kind of our thing on our team is like, seriously, we really are about working from the inside. Everything you're saying is like radiating inside of me right now and giving me tingles. So I would love if you go from there and really, I mean, I think what people don't get is that you have to listen to what you're hearing from you and from other people and consistently use that in what you're doing. And it kind of all goes together. So you could take it to wherever you want, wherever this flows is fine.
Groovy.
We're all here to take it in, whatever you want to do.
All right, killer. So here's what I'll start with recruiting. Okay, because I asked Angela, I'm like, hey, what do you want to talk about? What should we discuss? She's like, well, let's hit recruiting and consistency. So I got some points. So here's something I want to do real quick, little activity. I know some of you have notes, right? And if you don't, it's fine. Do it mentally. I think this is a healthy little exercise. So when you guys hear the word recruiting, like, what comes to mind? It's like, not my cup of tea, not my shtick. It's a little uncomfortable. See, okay, I love this. Sierra posted in the chat box. Reaching out, okay? So maybe some descriptions of what that looks like. Here's the thing, guys. A lot of people have like a mental block, a barrier to success, if you're talking about it in business terms, with recruiting. It's intimidating. It's scary. It's not the easiest thing to do. It's uncomfortable. I get that. And Allie just put in there sharing what this business can do. I love that. That's a great way to describe it. If you have any sort of block with recruiting or any sort of barrier that's holding you back from doing that, do this. On your piece of paper right now, I want you to write the word recruiting. I don't care if it's big, I don't care if it's small, just write it. Recruiting or recruitment or whatever you want to write in that regard. Here's what I want you to do now. I want you to circle it and put a big X through that word. I don't want you to look at recruiting as recruiting anymore. And you're like, really? I took time out of my day to come listen to a dude tell me to write a word and cross it out? Yes. Here's the thing. It's all in your head. Don't look at recruiting as recruiting. I want you to replace recruiting with this and write this down on the paper below recruiting. Build relationships of trust. Now, this isn't like a life-changing, like, oh my gosh, my business is going to change because he shared these words with me. No. But we're building it from the base, guys. Don't look at recruiting as recruiting. Look at it as building relationships of trust, because until people trust you, until they know you and they want to be a part of what you offer, whether it's from a personal relationship standpoint, whether it's from a challenge group setting, whether it's from an awesome team environment like this team has, because I can tell you have it, because, I mean, Jesus, 30 if you want to call in the middle of the afternoon on a Thursday. That's pretty rad, okay? You guys have the team culture, but before people can be a part of this or put some action towards it, they've got to trust you. They got to know about you. And the best way to do that is build relationships of trust. So how do we do that as coaches? Now, Sierra and Allie put, what recruiting looks like, reaching out, showing what this business can do. And those are 100% correct. Like gold stars for you. I don't know what those do, but you get them. But I want to ask you guys and I'm posting the chat box, yes, but I'm going to call out a couple of you real quick. You're like, oh, shoot, don't pick me. Sorry, Sierra. I like your name, and we almost named our daughter Sierra, so I'm going to pick on Sierra. Yeah, I know, right? So, Sierra, for you, when I say building relationships of trust, what does that mean? What does that look like to you? She's trying to find the unmute button. I don't have the ability to unmute, so there she is.
Yeah, Bradley.
Oh.
I think it's like so the person can come to you about anything. Whether it's a question that's like scary to ask a random person, or if it's about weight loss, or I mean anything. It's just like they can come to you. They know that they can come to you and ask you.
Love that. And you did that while multitasking. Good job, Sierra. I think you're exactly right. I love that you said they can trust you with anything. They can come to you with anything. Now, obviously, you guys probably didn't sign up to like be a full-time psychologist or be solving the world's problems. But I'm not saying you do that when you build relationships of trust. But sometimes the doors can open to that. So you got to make sure you have some filters in place. But I love what you said about that, because when people want to come to you with questions or advice, what are they coming to questions or seeking advice about? That's where your brand comes into play. Okay? That's what you're doing as a coach every single day, working from the inside out, comes into play. I call it becoming the resident expert. That's what I want you guys to become, is resident experts of health and wellness. or resident experts of coaching, or resident experts of challenge groups, or whatever it is, right? Some of you have found that group. Some of you have found that niche. Keep doing this. And if you haven't yet, get to that point. Become the resident expert. Okay, for example, let's say Allie. Okay, let's say Allie we do, right? I hope I said your last name right. Let's say Allie has a problem with a car. Okay, her car breaks down. That sucks. That's happened to me like 2 times in the past 5 months. It's not a cool thing. Before Allie's like going to take it into the shop and have someone just dump a bunch of things into it, and she's going to dump a bunch of money into it, if she knows someone, maybe she has a friend, a family member that's a mechanic or worked on cars, do you think she's going to call them first or go straight to the garage? Now, depending on the urgency, she may go to the garage. Most likely, though, human nature, we're going to go to someone we trust, or we're going to go on to yard sale groups on Facebook and be like, hey, who knows a good mechanic that's trustworthy, right? Human nature. It's the same thing with coaching, guys. People don't have resident experts in health and wellness. You want to know who it is? I'm not promoting a brand or anything. It's Gold's Gym. That's who they go to because they've established a brand. We are the resident experts in health and wellness, and they do a great job. Trust me. I've got friends that work at Gold's, and they've helped people transform their lives. Okay, they'll go to a fitness trainer. They'll go to Curves. They'll go to whatever else is out there. Tybo. I don't know. People have their resident experts that they go to. Billy Blanks is a great expert. Don't get me wrong. Here's the point. You want to get to the point where people come to you when they have questions or concerns or desires with health and wellness. That is what you want to have happen, right? So if someone has a life situation that changes, if they're like, hey, I need to get ready for my wedding, I need to fit in this wedding dress, or summer's coming, I want to make sure I look good and comfortable in a bathing suit. I just went to my yearly doctor's appointment, and he says I had preterm diabetes. I have a family member that needs to lose weight. They're sick. They're not healthy. They don't feel good. What do I do? When they have those life events happen, you want them to come to you, right? The way that you do that is by establishing your brand as a coach. And guess what, guys? It's by doing the exact same things that you always hear Angela say, that you hear Melanie Mitchell say, you hear Lindsay Matway say, you hear all these coaches say, and all your corporate people say, is do the 4 vital behaviors, right? And I'm not going to say what those are because you guys know this, but do the 4 vital behaviors, focus on Success Club, do the workouts yourself, okay? If you're not working out, you're expecting people to do it, not going to fly. Okay, but you got to build your brand. You got to build that credibility so people feel comfortable coming to you saying, I need to get healthier. I have questions about meal planning. Can you help me? Yes, I can. Right? Here's some ways you can build that brand on your page, though. Okay, you got to make sure every single day you work out, drink your shake, personal development. This is straight from Danielle Natoni, by the way. Okay, 15-star diamond coach, Dallas, Texas. You guys know her. She's the modifier in Insanity Max 30. In the actual program. But she's killing it with social media, killing it with expanding her network and recruiting, which we don't know that word exists anymore, right? We're building relationships to trust. She says, this is what I did for the first few years. I woke up, I worked out, I drank my shake, I did my personal development, and I posted about it. And she says, even if I didn't get a single like or a single comment, I use it as personal accountability for me. But guess what happened? People were watching her. It's a little creepy to think about this, guys, but people are watching your pages. They're watching your posts. Even if they don't like or comment, trust me, they see it. I wish Facebook would do this, and maybe they will eventually. I wish they would get rid of the likes and comments below a photo or a post, and they would put it with views and time spent on post. Because I bet that would be 100% more accurate of what's actually happening with your post. Don't base your success off of likes and comments. If you ever do, stop. Okay? Because it's not determining your success. That you're building your brand, and if someone wants to trust you as a resident health and wellness expert, they're going to see your page. And if you have one random post about health and wellness and you have like 40 about cat videos, not cool. Okay, they're not going to come to you. Okay, I think I've stressed that point enough. Make sure you become the resident expert. Make sure that you're doing these vital behaviors, and people are going to trust you. That's how you find people. Here's the kicker, though. Sorry, you got me preaching now, Angela. I warned you. That's what you get with me. You've got to make sure that you have some daily actions for this, guys. Like, don't just think, oh, yeah, I work out, drink my shake, personal development. When you're posting about it, Danielle says, make sure you're adding value. Rather than just posting, hey, I did my personal development today, and posting a picture of the book, she says, put a question on there. Say, I did my personal development today. What have you learned that's made you a better person today? You facilitate conversation and comments that way. If you post about your shake, I mean, you see it all the time, all these like really cool, sexy looking filtered pictures of shake, or someone eating salmon, which I get tagged in so many salmon pictures, guys. No one cares unless you have an invite or some sort of call to action, right? What did you eat today? What are you having for dinner tonight? How are you eating healthy today? Something. Get people to act. Get people to do. That's how you build a relationship of trust, is when you interact, right? Okay. I got 2 more things for you, and then I'll be done yapping and we can ask some questions, all right? We good? You guys are like, oh my gosh, this guy talks a lot. I hope I'm never in the Northeast. Sorry. With recruiting, I was talking to a coach, Tara Bialek. She's a 15-star diamond coach from, I can't remember the city. She's in Connecticut. Okay, she just went 15-star diamond this year, and she's a 2-time elite coach. She's on track to be elite for the 3rd time this year, which in my opinion, being a repeat elite coach is one of the hardest things to do, because it shows that you continually grow your team and you continually have leaders that are helping people change lives and build their business, right? So I asked her, I'm like, Tara, what is going on? What's your secret? And she says, in all honesty, I'm doing the exact same thing right now that I was doing 2.5 years ago when I started. I know, and if you guys are shaking your head like, oh my gosh, this guy's so dumb, I know all this. Okay, then do it. I mean, and I don't say that to be mean, guys, because I say that telling myself, I got to do, my vital behaviors, whatever that looks like for Jeff, right? She says, I'm doing the exact same thing as a coach now as a 15-star that I was doing when I first signed up. And then she says, I'm running challenge groups, I'm hitting Success Club, and she says, I help my spouse hit Success Club too with his account. We work it together, right? And she says, I help my team hit it. Basically, that's what she does. She says, here's the kicker. Here's the linchpin with me that I've learned over the years. I made a goal every day to have 5 conversations. Every single day, no matter what. Even if it was midnight and I hadn't done it yet, I would get out of bed and I'd go to my computer and just start 5 conversations, because I knew if I did that, that was going to set me up for long-term success. It says, on a holiday, even though it's a holiday, I found time. If I was riding in the car, I told my husband, I'm going to take 10 minutes real quick and I'm going to message these people. Got our conversation, started it up. Says that's been my linchpin, because that has led to continual residual people being interested in my challenge groups and my team, right? Here's some math for you. I don't know if anybody's a math teacher here. I'm going to hit you with some awesome math. Ready? 5 conversations a day times 7 days in a week. That's 35 conversations. I bet you're at least going to have someone return a response saying, hey, I'm doing good. How are you? Right? 365 days in a year, times 5 conversations. That's about 825, I want to say. Math teachers, correct me if I'm wrong. No Common Core. Sorry, Sierra, you're getting it today. That's what you get. That's over 1,800 conversations that you just started, okay? Some of them won't go anywhere. Some of them will. I guarantee you, you're going to have people that will be attracted to you and what you have to offer in this relationship of trust, will be attracted to the team, and you will find business builders or leaders, right? That's how you find leaders, guys. Build relationships of trust, have conversations. That's a word for Tara, but you got to take all this information and make it your own, because you can't duplicate the exact same thing and get the same results, because I'll tell you what, there's absolutely no reason why Darby, why Jessica McClendon, why Amber, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name, Hudacek, right? Hopefully I didn't slaughter it. There's no reason why you guys can't be the top leaders in this company. Tara, Myers, Mitro, they're great at what they do. They haven't figured this out yet. They're still learning. You guys can't. But you just got to consistently every day make it happen. Okay? I'm going to share one more thing real quick, okay? And then we'll open up for some questions. So the key with recruiting, my opinion, again, is just that daily consistency. And I just said recruiting. See, I still got to get building relationships to trust in my mind. The secret to success with building relationships, trust, expanding that network, seeing success is consistency, right? I heard a cool analogy from one of our sales managers in the Central region. His name is Joe Carden. He's a good guy, and he actually runs his own business as well. Runs a gun holster business, and he's a total outdoorsman. He's telling me this analogy. I'm like, that's a really good idea. And he's like, it's like a lumberjack, like a woodsman, right? And if he's out there cutting down a tree and he takes one swing with his axe, is the tree going to fall and get to his end goal of having lumber for the mill? No, he's just going to make his initials in the tree, right? Not going to fall unless he's really strong. Now you'll get to that point where you can probably take one hack and maybe you'll start to move. But until that point, you have to chop once, chop twice, chop at this angle, chop at this angle. Maybe you need to take a saw and do this, try a different approach, right? The point is, if you're consistently hitting that tree, eventually you're going to fall and see your desired result. Same thing with coaching, guys. You are rarely going to have someone respond to your message about coaching right away and say, yes, I'm in. I want to go be a 5-star diamond coach. It does happen. Not very often, though. But until that point, you've got to be consistent in building up to that. And here's one way to do that, is through your follow-ups. How many of you struggle with following up with either coaches or leads? Okay, so you're like, me over here, okay? It's hard. It's uncomfortable. You're putting yourself out there. What if I damage my relationship with them? What if I'm annoying? What if I seem too salesy? I get it. I'm the same way. I don't want to seem salesy. And Elaine, I'm brand new at this. We all are. Okay, Janelle Summers, who today went 5-star in her 4th business center, meaning she has 3 other accounts that are 15-star diamond and her 4th is a 5-star diamond. She's been doing this since the beginning. She's brand new at this. In terms of coaching, she's a little more tenured, right? She's been doing this for 7-8 years. In terms of being an entrepreneur, which is how I want you guys to look at your business, she's brand new. It's taken these guys 60 years to get where they're at, and now they're in everybody's pocket and on everybody's desktop. It takes a long time, but if you start now and you stay consistent and you ride out the high and low waves of competition, of people launching similar products, of people telling you can't do this and that you'll never be a successful technology company or a successful coaching company, not going to happen. You've got to stay consistent. So here's a way to do that with follow-up. And I'll share this graphic with you. I'll send it, Angela, I'll message it to you if you want to share it with the team. But it is from the 4 Vital Behaviors training that Kim Carver does. If you guys have attended that before. If you haven't, I'd recommend doing it when it comes to your area. Whew, lots of talking today. I'm so sorry. Here it is. And it is literally taking off of a TV screen with my phone. So it looks a little ghetto. I will send you a better version of this because I have it in a PowerPoint. This talks about follow. This is a study done by the National Sales Executives Association, okay, talking about follow-ups and sales, right? I want you all to put your entrepreneurship hats on right now. Check this out. Starting at the top, 48% of people never follow up with a contact. So when you have those 5 conversations a day, guys, you say, hey, how's it going? How are the kids? I haven't seen you since high school, yada, yada, yada. Most people, 48% of the time, leave it at that. 25% of people follow up one time and then stop. Okay, we're losing the amount of people who are actually following up. Now, 12% of people follow up twice and stop. 10% of people follow up more than 3 times. Odds aren't really in our favor in that category, right? This is the cool part. Look at these next points. We're talking about the sales or the action that's decided to be taken. Getting in a challenge group, sale, moving a challenge pack, committing to come to summit, whatever it is. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. Okay, so 25% of people are inviting one time, and that's it. 2% of the sales are happening on that one contact. As you continue to climb, you see 3% on the second contact, 5% on the third contact. Look at that big one. 80% of sales or action happens on the 5th to 12th contact. I bet you're going to feel pretty uncomfortable and you're going to feel like an idiot and people are going to question why the heck you're asking them about the same thing again. But for the most part, they may just forget about it. They may get your message and it gets buried in their inbox, or they have so much going on they forget to respond to you. And that extra follow-up helps them remind them, yeah, I do want to do this. Thank you for caring enough about me to follow up like that. Point of this is, guys, with building relationships with trust, with expanding your network, with growing as a leader and working from the inside out, you've got to be consistent in your follow-ups. You've got to be consistent in your daily activities as a coach. And when you do that, you'll see success not in the immediate. You might here and there, but you'll see success long-term. And that's what I want you guys to see. Because when you have a successful long-term team and a successful long-term business, that is worth way more than any sort of rank for one day or title for 1 week and then you drop it. Doesn't matter. Build it for the long term and you'll see some pretty solid success. Okay? Angela, that's what I got. I just talked your ears off.
You did an awesome job. I took so many notes, so I loved everything you said, and definitely going to go over a lot of it with the team again because I'm not going to keep you for too long. I know you have other calls, but
Oh, it's all good.
you did an awesome job. I just want to really touch on one. I mean, I have so many things that I
You're
wrote down
good.
that I want to say, but one thing that you said, and I really want to push this for real quick because this is something I've been saying since day one to my coaches, because for me, I've always truly believed in Beachbody itself because I signed up because I love the product and I truly do. And I could be doing any other product. I say this all the time, and I choose this product. I choose this coaching. Success doesn't come from the company itself. It comes from the passion you have for the company. And I like what you said about the beginning because it still is the beginning. When people tell me like everyone already has a coach, I'm like, everyone in the world has a coach already? That's crazy, like to say that. And we are at the beginning of this, and we are, when it comes to the whole, which I hate saying, the pyramid part of it, people think it's the end, but there is no end. There's never an end. There's never an end to Mary Kay or any of the other companies that took forever. So I like the comparison that you had to like Apple and whatnot, because I always say that to everyone on our team, like, unless you're going to stop doing Beachbody because you absolutely hate it and you don't want to drink a shake another day in your life and you don't want to work out, that would be the only legit reason I think for quitting, because recruiting or building relationships is only about doing what you're doing every day, and that's all that you should be focusing on. So I just wanted to touch on that again because I love how you said that and that you actually said it, because I always say that. I'm like, Beachbody's going nowhere. It just keeps getting bigger and better. Why would you want to leave a huge corporation of fitness and health if that's what you love? So stick with it and keep going with it until you don't want to do it anymore, and that's it.
Awesome. I'm glad it struck a nerve. So if we got through to Angela today, guys, that's what it's all about, really. No, and here's the thing. And then, like I said, if there's questions or other comments, feel free to throw them out. But I'll say this: how many of you took notes? I took notes, which is weird. Who takes notes on their own stuff? Those mean nothing. And you're like, oh, really? I just worked so hard to write them and make them all organized. They don't mean anything, guys, unless you act on them. Yep. I do that all the time. I write down notes and like, oh my gosh, this is all I need to like be a better corporate rep or whatever. I don't do anything with it, and it's basically I just wasted my time and all of my hand strength for nothing. Make sure coming out of this call, if there was something that's like, oh, this is good, or I need to do this, figure out a way to put it in play. Take time to plan and strategize, and then go do it. Don't just get back to the grind and be like, oh, Jeff told me I need to be consistent. I need to have conversations. Okay, plan out how that's going to happen today. Schedule it.
Yeah.
Get it in play. But notes and thoughts without actions is pretty much empty. So anyways, any questions, comments? Implement. Yes, I like Sierra. She's got all these great comments on the chat box.
Anyone want to say something, ask something? Do it now. Forever hold your peace.
Just want to say thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My name's Lindsay. Sorry, I don't have the video thing, but I listened to everything, and I just wanted to say a big super thank you because you touched so many points that I've been dealing with and trying to improve on, and just made a huge deal for me. So thank you very much.
Oh, no worries. And like I said, guys, if when I get off this call, if you're like, oh man, I wish I would have asked him this, or I have a question about this, like, I know not all of you are in the Northeast region. This is basically what myself, Kevin Shaw, Lacey Larson, what we cover, Baltimore up to the Canadian border in Maine. But if you're in another region, like, hit your corporate reps up, ask us questions, figure out what's going on, and we'll do our best to help you out for sure. So,
Yeah.
How do you get into corporate? Oh, there's so many secrets, Sierra. You don't want to work for corporate. You want to be a coach. It's way more fun.
Jeff, I have a question.
Okay.
It's Debbie talking. I don't know if you see my picture. Who do they have for the 1-star diamonds in the West right now? I know they were kind of going through a change.
Yeah, so what's really cool is working at Beachbody, there's always opportunities for growth and promotion, and Joe Carden, who used to work with the 1-stars in the West, moved over to the Central region as their regional manager, and we are in the process of bringing someone on, I think, that starts in a week and a half. Okay. So I can't tell you their names, I haven't accepted, but we've got someone in place, and when we do, I will write this down, Darby, I will message you their info.
Okay, I have a lot of diamonds and 1-stars in the Western region, so I want to get them hooked up with somebody, right away.
For sure.
Thank you.
And yeah, no worries. As soon as we have them locked and loaded, I'll get you their info, and they're great.
Okay.
I just won't say who it is yet because I haven't accepted yet, but.
All right. Does anyone
Okay.
want to say anything else before he leaves? You want to say something? Just unmute yourself or write it in the chat real quick.
I want to tell
Thank you,
Allie,
Jeff.
yeah,
Thank
you
you
guys
so
are
much
home.
for
You
being
have it
by.
off. Good. Oh, my pleasure, guys. Like I said, hit me up if you have any other questions or thoughts or whatever, and I'll see you guys in 2 months.
Yes, there's actually
At
a lot
Summit.
of our team is going to Summit. I mean, who here on the call
Nice.
is going to Summit? Raise your hand. Raise your hands, guys. Yeah, so that's like, can't see everyone, but I see at least 6 people. There's a lot of us. There's going to be a huge Elite Empire presence there this year. We're all going to be there. We're all excited. It's going to be really fun. And we're going with our elite coach over there, Darby, this year. So we're really excited for her to get that this year and be representing our team. So awesome.
Yep.
It's going to be really cool. So thank you so much. It really does mean everything to us. I know for me, it changed my business when I started getting involved with the corporate stuff and getting on the calls with Lacey every week. And I really do enjoy everyone else's perspective. And I think when people hear it from someone else's mouth, we can say it the same way or different, but it just comes out differently no matter who's saying what. So it really does help to hear it from someone else in a different perspective. And I think you gave us a lot of good stuff today. So thank you so much.
No worries, guys. My pleasure.
All right, Jeff, have a great day and enjoy
Okay.
the rest of your calls. Guys, stay on
We'll see ya.
if you can.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that was freaking awesome, guys. I loved it. I know that I say like 90% of that all the time, so I'm probably like tooting my own horn over here by like, hey, I say that too. But I loved what he said, and I think, like I said, when you hear it from someone else, it really does radiate differently than when you hear it from just me or Darby or Allie or the same people that run the calls every time. So number one thing he said, and again, I'll say it one more time, unless you're hating Beachbody, there's no reason to quit. Keep trying to build your business. Keep moving forward. There's not a billion coaches in the world. There's not. So there's still a billion people out there that don't even know about Beachbody, and you need to find them and you need to help them. And the only other thing I want to say, because it's been a long call, is that what he said about building relationships, it is our only secret. It is the only secret to all the diamonds you see on our team. We constantly follow up. We constantly check in. But like I said last week and the week before that, keep working until no one has to be introduced to you, until you don't have to introduce yourself. If you need to explain what you can do to help someone, and if you need to explain what your business is about, then you're not running your business correctly and you're missing the vital behaviors. Because I know for a fact right now in the last week, I've had an abundance amount of people reach out to me about health issues, family issues, all their issues. I am like, at the end of the day, a psychologist, not a health coach, because I know everything about everyone's life. And my sister always makes fun of me and says, how come you always know when people are pregnant and you know what the sex of their baby is and you knew this? Someone messaged me today and told me before her husband that she was pregnant. So I know everything. I have so much information, and it's because people trust me and they know that even if it's not pertaining to Beachbody, that I'm going to be there for them and I'm going to support them. And somewhere along that line, someone's going to join one day. Like Elaine, who's on our call, she introduced me to T25 without even realizing what she was doing, because she was just doing a program, and she made me the coach I am today to go and sign up with Darby and learn all about this business and do what I did because I watched her results. That's how easy it was. I just saw her results and I was like, I am going to do that. And then I found Darby and I was like, I'm going to do that. And it was just nonstop for me, and it ran and I went with it. So keep doing that. Keep remembering why you joined. Keep remembering how many times we followed up with you before you said yes to us, because I guarantee no one on here said yes the first time they spoke to any of us, because I know Darby and me talked like for 6 months before I said yes. So you have to go back to that spot where you were that scared person and you were worried and you were like, I don't know if I could do this and it's so scary and blah, blah, blah. So remember that and take everything he just said about building relationships and go out there and do that today. If nothing else, just go out there and build relationships and make yourself approachable, because if you're not approachable, guys, no one's going to approach you, and that's it. All right. So if anyone needs anything else, just follow on the comment section on this video when I post it, because I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. It's dinner time for some of us. And that's it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for showing support of our team and getting on this call. Obviously, it's a huger deal to even Darby because they know her and they know who we are because of her. So we owe a lot to her, and we want to show support for her and our Elite Empire and our whole team as a whole by doing this kind of stuff for each other. So thank you guys so much. I really love you guys. I'll see you guys later.
Have a good night.
Bye.